Hello students, I want to welcome you to a new semester of AMP2. I'm going to go through a little introduction to show you what you can expect in our Canvas course. So when you log in, you automatically come to this page. You see the title of the course, some recent announcements at the top, and then some links to access material in the course for various chapters. And you can use those links, that's fine, but I put everything in this module section. You're going to have to log in every single day in order to do your work. We're on a fairly short semester. So you always want to check announcements. They should pop up here, but if not, get in the habit of clicking on announcements and reading all the updates. Also, if you don't have the Canvas Messenger on your phone, notifications, please turn notifications on. You do that over here by account, and you click on notifications and just follow the instructions. That way when I post an announcement, it'll go straight to your email and you won't miss one. But other than that, you're going to go to modules all the time right here. So we're going to click on that. And then you're going to start here. In the Start Here module, I put all the information in modules. The welcome letter, obviously, you know what to expect in the course. The ADA syllabus and my addendum for this course. We're going to find important information concerning the assignments and the grading rubric and whatnot. Now, it's very important that all of you do the student course contract and the peer introduction assignment today, or probably by, really today. Don't wait until this July 15th. When you see a due date, that's the very last day that something can be done. And I think I have to have hours done before this. I might have to change that. Do these now. When you do these two assignments, it lets me know that you're participating in the course and not to drop you from the course. If you don't do these assignments, I'm going to think that you're not participating and I'm going to have to drop you from the course. So I need those done immediately. If you don't have Respondus on your computer as of yet, you need to get it by going to this download link. Download it and install it on your computer. Once you do that, go and open it and then log back in and click on this check test. If you can open this from within the Respondus software, then your Respondus is working on your computer. Some students have some trouble getting Respondus to work. That's why I put this check test in here. It does not count for 3 points. So it counts for nothing. So some people that can't do it, you won't be docked these 3 points. All right. Now, if you have never had a Wiley Plus account, say you're taking AMP2 now, you took AMP1 somewhere else, you're going to have to purchase a Wiley Plus code. So I put some information in here about how to register and make an account with Wiley Plus. Wiley Plus is going to be our homework site. Many of you are aware you have to have this account to do your homework, chapter homework assignments. Many of you are going to have that already from AMP1, but some may not. So if you don't have Wiley Plus or never used it or never purchased it, do not go to wileyplus.com and try and register for Wiley Plus. Do not do that. So many people email me saying they're trying to register for Wiley Plus and it's asking them for a 6-digit course ID number. That means you're doing it wrong. We do not need a course ID number. So here's what you do. You're going to scroll down. You can click on really any Wiley Plus link. So if you scroll down to the Chapter 18 module, you see this link right here. It says Adaptive Practice. That's a Wiley Plus link. So click on that Adaptive Practice. If you already have a Wiley Plus account and it's active, when you click on this, it'll just bring you straight to that resource. If you do not have a Wiley Plus account or never purchased a code before, it'll bring you to a page where you can set up an account and then you can go through the registration process. Now, if you buy your book new through Delgado, it's going to come with a Wiley Plus code. I know this is AMP2, Some of y'all have your book already, some don't. We use Principles of Anatomy and Physiology by Chatora and Derrickson. You can find that information in the syllabus. And if you buy that book new, it's going to come with a code. But if you don't buy the book new, you can always purchase a code separately online when you go through this registration process. So let's look at the chapter modules. I set up all the chapter modules to look the same. So we're starting Unit 1 material covers Chapter 18 and 20. I'll put the modules in order that we cover them, because we don't cover the chapters in the order that they are in the book. I changed that up to match the order that we cover the material in the lab. So at the very top of each module is where your homework assignments will be. Some chapters are going to have a discussion question. Most of them will, some of them won't. But you'll have a discussion question where available, and then you have a chapter quiz and a chapter test. These are the 3 homework assignments that count for points towards your grade, right? So these adaptive practice assignments do not count for points. They're just for practice. You can do as many questions as you want or as few as you want. If you think it's helping you out, then keep doing them. I personally think these help out a lot. Some students don't like to do them. It does take some time. But the more questions you try and look up the answers to, the more you're going to learn the material. So all of your homework assignments will always be at the top. And then you scroll down, you get to your learning resources. So here's what I have set up. Some of these you won't see. I don't have it published. This was an old PowerPoint. So you're going to see right at the top this PowerPoint. I updated all the PowerPoints. So this is the Chapter 18 PowerPoint on the endocrine system. So we'll always have a PowerPoint. Then you'll always have a note packet. It'll either say notes or outline or something to that nature. These are the 2 documents that are the most important for you to study in order to be very successful on the unit test, which I'm going to talk about in a second. I started to make these learning matrices. You could look at that if you want. This is the only chapter I have it done for, but just follow your PowerPoint and your note packets and you'll be fine. Each chapter has an ebook chapter. If you have your Wiley Plus account active and you click on this, it'll bring you to a page that shows you a picture of the book. So once that loads, you see it pop up. All you do is click over here on the book, and it'll bring you to the ebook chapter that you're working in. Well, it brings you to Vital Source first. I don't know why it did that. At any rate, always get out of bookshelf. You might have a bookshelf account. I don't. So I just say no thanks to that. And then it just brings me right into the chapter that I'm working in, all right, which we're starting in the endocrine system. So now you can read your book wherever you go. Even if you don't have a paper book, you could just buy the Wiley Plus code. I think it's even a little cheaper. And then you can come in here and print this out. You can just right click in here and then say print, and it'll print the chapter for you if you have a printer. So that's the ebook. So if we go back to modules, and we scroll back down to our Chapter 18 module, that was the ebook chapter, right? So we're working out of Chapter 18, and we're working out of Chapter 20 this week. We only have 4 weeks to cover 10 chapters of material. You have to do work every single day. So let me tell you about the due dates on all of these assignments by going to show you from announcements our due dates for the unit test. So I'll put in here an announcement. You need to make sure you go through all your announcements. If you click on that, you can see the due dates. Our due date for the Unit 1 test is already in 5 days. It's July 6th. Now, if you notice the due dates on the homework assignments, it'll say I put the first several due in 2 weeks, and the rest of them due at the end. However, you are technically supposed to have all homework assignments completed for the chapters that are covered on the unit test by the day that we take the unit test. So for instance, I have chapter 18 and 20 homework assignments. The due date says July 15th. That's not the real due date. That's just a date that you can never open that link again. Your due date for chapter 18 and 20 homework assignments is July 5th. At the latest, July 6th. It doesn't do you any good to do these homework assignments in these chapters after you take a unit test on them. Because right after July 6th, you got to start on Unit 2 material, chapters 19, 21, and 24. Now the order that we cover them is 21, then 19, and then 24 to match the lab. But nonetheless, these are the 3 chapters on the Unit 2 test. And look, the Unit 2 test is already July 13th. So technically, all of the homework assignments for 19, 21, and 24 have to be due by July 13th. Now, I'm stressing this because I always have a lot of issues with students saying, I thought the due date was such date. Well, the due dates are always the date that you take the unit test. That's when your due dates are due. So you can see this is the schedule we're following for our unit test. The final exam will cover all of these chapters, and it will be on July 27th. So this is the schedule that we're following. You need to make sure you do your homework assignments by the due dates on these unit exams. So if I go back to the modules and we look at the due dates again, you see July 15th. By this date, we're already going to be through Unit 2 test. So this is just the very last day that you have available to even do assignments. Now, if you wait until then to do it, it does you no good to help you study. So again, chapter 18 and 20 homework assignments need to be due by July 6th, right? All right, so let me show you where your grade comes from real quick. And if you ever have any questions, just shoot me an email. Although my email is down today, I'm going to have to go to school and get that fixed. So let me show you where all of our assignments go. I have a section in our grade book, and our Canvas grade book calculates your active grade for assignments that you complete. So I have a quiz section, and all of the quizzes that we cover and the discussion questions go into this section of the grade book, which counts as 10% of your grade. Every single assignment in the quiz section of your grade book, every single quiz that we take are open book. Then you have a chapter test homework assignment. We have a chapter test for each chapter that we cover. All of these chapter tests are open book assignments. They count as 10% of your grade. So that's 20% of your grade. We then have our unit test. We have 4 unit tests. All 4 of these unit tests count as 55% of your grade. So this is where the majority of your grade is going to come from. And then we have our final exam at the very end, and it counts as 25% of your grade. So that's going to equal out to 100% of your grade. So all of your material is going to be in this module section over here. You need to make sure that you log in on a daily basis, check announcements, go to modules, and do your work. Click on your assignments. Each chapter will have a discussion, a quiz, and a test. These are your homework assignments that count for points, and all of the discussion, question, and quizzes is 10% of your grade. All of the chapter test is 10% of your grade, and all of those assignments are open book. Every single assignment in this course is open book except for your unit test and our final exam. Alright, so make sure you go through the Start Here module. You need to start today, and if you have any questions, just email me. Hopefully I have my email fixed by tomorrow.